Hi, I learned about Pawpaws this year, and so I have one of my friends with me. Want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Erin, and I am the Ag Teacher and FFA Advisor at Cardington High School with Mrs. Harvey.
I'm always telling the students that they want to get into agriculture because that's more science right there. So that then you don't have to be a farmer to be in her class. Lots of science going on all around. So they were out here today for a forestry contest.
Yes.
And the kids found these. You won?
We won the county.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And the top 4 individuals were all from Cardington.
That's
too.
great.
Yeah.
Well, one of my students brought me some pawpaws, and so we have, they look like these potatoes, kind of thing. I think they look like a potato shape.
Yes.
And they're green, and they smell really good. They're fruity. They look really tropical.
They're kind of pear-like.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
potato.
I heard them called the hillbilly banana, and with a banana flavor, but I think it smells more like a mango myself. And they're a little bit soft, like a peach or like a tomato when they're ready. So they look a little bruised. You might think, oh yeah, that looks kind of yucky, but if they're on the tree, they're not ripe yet. So you gotta shake it and make them come off, and the ripe ones will fall off, or you just go and pick them up on the ground. My student said where they were tons of them in a grove like we have here. So there aren't too many on the ground, but the animals like them, and this is a public park where people are going through, so people probably know they're here. So she had a really good way of helping her students to identify the tree.
Yeah. I always tell the kids, because when you see them, if you look at some of these trees, they kind of just like hang low, and it's raining right now, so you might think like, oh, they're hanging low because they've been hit with a lot of rain. But they actually, that's just a characteristic of them. They're a pretty big leaf. So if you look at it, I mean, it's bigger than the size of like my forearm. So since they hang real low and they're kind of that shape, I always tell the kids to imagine that it's like your grandpa's earlobes, like your old man dangly earlobes. And so that's why it's called the pawpaw tree, because it's like your pawpaw's earlobes.
I like that. That's a good mnemonic device. So I brought a knife with me to cut one in half here. We can cut a couple of them here. There's big seeds in there, so it's hard to hit. I'm gonna get closer and see what that looks like. I'll give you half one.
Thank you.
So it smells kind of
smells
florally, like a melon kind of thing. And there are these big seeds. You wouldn't want to swallow that like you could swallow a watermelon seed, but you would not want to.
Oh, that's big.
You would not want to swallow something like that. And I read that we can save these seeds to plant next year, but what we're going to need to do is put them in the refrigerator, like in some moist soil for about 3 months. So they think it's winter, but we have to keep them kind of damp. And then, so I'm going to try to grow some at my house. But
they're a pretty tree.
Yeah, it is pretty. And they say it's a custardy flavor, so I haven't tasted them yet. So.
Are we jumping in? Full blow?
Oh, I like it. So I don't like overripe bananas. People kept saying overripe bananas. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to like that. But no, it is like a mango flavor. Yeah, I think they're good.
You're right. It tastes like a mild mango.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that texture is like. It's not really banana. It's smoother than a banana.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a banana smoothie.
Kind of like that. There is a Pawpaw festival down in Albany area in September. Usually it was canceled this year because of COVID, but they had lots of recipes for the ice cream and all kinds of other things that you can make out of them. The student in my class said their family uses them like bananas for like banana bread, so they make pawpaw bread, pawpaw pancakes, pawpaw muffins. Someone else said they made baby food out of it. One of their kids would only eat this, so they saved it. I was trying to read some other facts about it, and they said that Lewis and Clark found these when they had run out of food, and so that might have helped them. I don't know if that's true or one of those stories that gets told. So that's kind of interesting.
That's good.
But they are from Ohio. Indigenous, are the largest indigenous fruit in North America, which surprised me because I'm like, when you think about some of the things like watermelons and bigger things like that, but I guess those aren't indigenous. Those must have been brought from somewhere else. That might be a whole other video. I don't know about that.
That's cool. Did we mention they're the state fruit?
Oh no, we did not. Yeah.
These are the state fruit of Ohio too. So, I don't know. Have it with your Buckeye necklace for some extra Ohio pride on
there
Saturday.
You go. But if you're going to eat them, you have to be kind of quick and hit it right. Their shelf life is like 4 days. So you're not going to see them at the grocery store. You might see them at a farmer's market for a hot minute. So if you are in eastern part of the United States, they live almost everywhere in the United States, but mostly they're more popular in the eastern, or more prevalent, I should say, not popular, more prevalent in the eastern part. And this is the time to go look for them. They're almost done. So you have to beat the animals to them and enjoy.